I want to know from anyone else watching this video, if you were 25, maybe your mid-20s, maybe your, I don't know, late 20s, if, or, right, if you're somebody that's low 20s, mid-20s like myself, or you're late 20s, do you kind of find yourself getting rather angry at certain things that are completely out of your control that you wish you could definitely avoid? And if you try and fix them and they can't get fixed, or they're having the most difficult time getting fixed, do you find yourself just super frustrated and to the point where you're breaking out like this and you're just under complete stress all the time? The same. So if you're viewing this video for the first time ever, it seems like more and more stuff just keeps adding on. I know most of you, if you end up seeing this, I'm moving out. There's a lot more things to worry about when you're moving out than just bills. There's food, there's hygiene for yourself, there's personal care, there's maintenance of happiness, there's everything, right? And now I moved to this state, my hometown, because of happiness. I have my friends there, I have my buddies there, and I'm like incredibly happy. The only sad part is that I won't have so much free money. But the things that, and the reason why I'm asking if you guys get mad easily too, is because with the things that I am personally dealing with that are out of my control, I'm finding myself getting mad and mad and mad and swearing up a storm. And like, it almost feels like I can't control it because I'm just so stressed out. Like you can see, like the big pimple on my nose is from stress. Like, yeah, I don't break out a bunch, but you know, I know when I got a big pimple, it's because of the stress. It just sucks. It's like right now, again, if you go back to this emissions thing for the state, I got pulled over doing absolutely nothing. They targeted me because I'm a modded BMW. I was doing nothing reckless. I was not doing anything absurd. And I got pulled over. And I got 2 tickets. One of which was easily fixable. And the other one, not so much. And my fear is that because it's getting so close to the deadline of when I'm moving, I have to go to court. Am I going to have to fly back? What am I supposed to do? I don't know. I wish I could fix all this. Like, I wish things weren't the way they were. I wish people had more control. Because at that point, I feel like more people would obey. I don't know. On top of that, it's like me moving out to my hometown, Indiana. I'll be rooming with one of my best friends in his house. I'm fearful of the fact of, because, I mean, granted, I lived with him for a week because I was on vacation. It went well. Now this will be actually like living with him for a month or 2 or 3 months, 4 months even. Just to save up to get an apartment. I'm kind of fearful that, like, I'm not going to be able to do the things I want to do with him, like, in that house, because it's his house. So that's cooking, it's pretty much, there's a majority of things, right? Like, I totally understand it's his first house and everything, but buying pots and pans, buying all this stuff, like, here's the thing. I was lucky enough for a majority of my life so far to not really get a lot of the adulting things taken care of. So, like, You know, obviously I have a nice car and I've put a lot of money into that car to make it the way it is. And I've done a lot of stuff with YouTube and my tech stuff, and I've enjoyed it. But now it's time to like really grow up, because now it's like from here on out, it's moving out my own, paying bills, creating a life for myself. And that is not easy. And especially if I go back to school, not if, let's just say when, because it's got to happen. I can't live at 20 something an hour for the rest of my life. It's a lot. It's a lot to think about. Like, I don't think what people understand is that a lot of people want to move out. But then when you actually get the chance to move out, you're like, oh, fuck. Like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I, like, I think the beauty of life is that you don't ever know how to do something right away. You get used to it. It's like, the way I'm going to think about this, because I love cars, is when you were just learning how to drive. You know, you didn't know how to at first, but then you got comfortable with it. And now you know how. I mean, it's like myself. It's like, I was scared shitless to drive at 14, or like practice driving, and then get my permit at 15. And I was scared shitless to go on the interstate and drive 80 miles an hour. And then you get really comfortable, you get really used to it, you get cars that you buy and you're like, oh, okay, let me test its limits, like let me get to know the car. And then you get to that point, you become really comfortable, and you're like, oh, this is a piece of cake. So, listen, with all due respect, I do think this is true, is that as a man, what I've noticed is that if you buy something a little bit out of your price range, you tend to want to do more to make that money back, and then some. I don't think it's just a mentality type of thing. I definitely think that's some sort of natural selection that we as men have in our brains, because I'm experiencing that real time, right? Like my car, again, I bought that full cash, and now I'm putting just a bunch of mods into it, and I love it. But that's also the thing. It's like you buy these really expensive mods. Well, how do you afford the mods? You hustle, you work, and that's how you get it. So it's like, again, I don't know, bro. I'm like, I mean, I got sidetracked big time. I think a majority of people need to know that what I'm dealing with right now is not fun. Did I do it to myself? I mean, you could say that. You could. But at the same time, one big thing would have been a simple warning from the cop that pulled me over. And we could have gone on our merry ways. We would have had no problems. But now it's like also the whole fact of moving and figuring out what to take, what not to take. By the way, I'm trying to save money as much as possible, right? So that means not buy really anything. And that's also stressing me out and triggering me to like be aggressive, I guess, because it's not picturing out how I want it to be pictured, if that makes any sense. So it's like all these unwanted expenses, man. But that's just life, you know? It's like you just have to deal with life. If anybody's watching this video, you know, I've said a couple things in here already in this 9 minutes so far, but something I really want to stress to you guys is that let life just take its course. Because growing up, I was super strict on myself, like what I want to do with the next 5 years, and if it didn't happen, I'd stress myself out to no end. It was insane, and I still sometimes do it, but I've gotten better. But you can see it's still, like, I don't think I've ever described it on camera or have shown you guys on camera, but it definitely had this anger still of like if it's not working out the way I want it to work out, even if I've taken all the avenues and the options of trying to help myself get it, it's just not working. The things that are out of my control. I can say maybe just don't give up, but I'm on the verge of giving up. And it's hard.